Welcome to Science Research Weekly, Episode 3, The Ocean That Snuck Up on Me. Get ready for heart attack healing hydrogels, super rare supernovas, volumes of viroid sequences, stealth oceans, finding hex logos and packages by topic in CRAN, and NASA funding for exobiology. This episode covers January 27th to February 2nd. Glad to have you with me as we plunge ever deeper into discovery. Let's get started with some research articles. The first paper was Intravascularly Infused Extracellular Matrix as a Biomaterial for Target and Treatment of Inflamed Tissues. The researchers used a hydrogel to inject and treat tissue damage from heart attacks. This was in mouse and pig models. They found success there and hope to begin clinical trials within a few years. And it's not just limited to heart, it can be used for any hard-to-reach organs. The next paper was a high-mass X-ray binary descended from an ultra-stripped supernova. So astronomers found a binary star system that is so rare that only a handful, maybe 10, exist in the entire Milky Way galaxy. This system may develop into two neutron stars and collide, producing rare stellar elements like gold. Bling! The third paper is Mining Metatranscriptomics Reveals a Vast World of Viroid-like Circular RNAs. So the authors ran a large-scale study to identify a large diversity of circular RNAs. These are also known as viroids and viroid-like RNAs. Finally, there was the paper tracking the evolution of an ocean world within Mimas using the Herschel Impact Basin. So based on geophysical evidence, Saturn's moon Mimas may have a stealth ocean hidden under its icy cratered surface. Okay, papers are done with. Let's turn to some research tools. So there are more articles from volume 105 of the Journal of Statistical Software available. These are regression modeling for recurrent events, possibly with an informative terminal event using rpackage rreg, ERGM4, new features for analyzing exponential family random graph models, additive Bayesian network modeling with the rpackage ABN, and Bayesian structure learning and sampling of Bayesian networks with the rpackage BIDAG. Moving along here, Julia annual growth statistics are available. To no surprise, rapid Julia growth continues. And there are 3 new CRAN packages that I thought you'd like to know about. There is hexFinder, find hex logos for CRAN packages, vvsculptor, apply manipulations to data frames, and findPackage, find CRAN packages by topic, which is pretty cool because a while ago wrote a function to essentially do that. I'm glad someone else is thinking along my same wavelengths. On our bloggers, 2 blogs of note. First is from Thomas TSQL, has tips on organizing your R code, things like organizing R files, installing and attaching R libraries, using corporate themes, and using coding practices such as documentation, syntax, and naming convention. And one of my favorite R bloggers posts, R Views, has the December 2022 top 40 new CRAN packages. I think the following 5 packages that are gone through are worth looking into further. There is BAM, BetaClust, HTT, Meta Network, and Swipe R. Let's close out with some research funding opportunities. So there was a very interesting NASA postdoctoral program that just opened, Exobiology, Living System Science. To quote, a major component of this initiative is to develop a near and long-term capacity in machine learning applications for astrobiology. Moving along here, NIH has a new grant on data harmonization, curation, and secondary analysis of existing clinical data sets. This is a R61/R33, clinical trials are not allowed. The Department of Defense has a new peer review medical discovery award. The Department of Energy Office of Science has a grant for exploratory research for extreme scale science. Then finally, NIH has 2 notices of special interest. There is the development of functional assay sites to evaluate candidate omics variants associated with heart, lung, blood, or sleep disease, which include R01s, R41s, R42, 43, and R44. And then finally, there is the revision application to add curation and informatics component to existing animal and biological medical research centers, the P40 clinical trials, not allowed. Exobiology and a basket of breadsticks. Thanks for joining me for Science Research Weekly. Science on.